Welcome back to the HSE tutorials. If you're studying for the Nebosh Igc1 exam, then you're in the right place. This video is part of our Nebosh exam question and answer series, where I break down real past paper questions, step by step, and explain how to answer them with confidence. Today's question is, outline the main health and safety responsibilities of employers. Sounds simple, right? But many students either forget important points or don't write enough to score full marks. In this video, I'll explain the employer's responsibilities in a clear and easy to understand way, based on international standards like ILO C155 and R164, and the Nebosh examiner's expectations. Even if you have no background in health and safety, don't worry, I'll guide you through everything with exam-style tips. So, get ready, take some notes, and let's master this question together. Employers have a legal, moral, and social responsibility to protect the health, safety, and welfare of their employees and others affected by their work. These responsibilities are outlined in international standards such as the ILO Convention C155 and the Occupational Safety and Health Recommendation 1981 R164, which support a proactive and preventive approach to workplace safety. Employers has health and safety responsibilities to 1. Provide and maintain a safe workplace, plant, and equipment. 2. Develop and implement a health and safety policy. 3. Conduct risk assessments and implement safe systems of work. 4. Provide training, information, instruction, and supervision. 5. Appoint competent persons and consult with employees. 6. Provide appropriate personal protective equipment, PPE. 7. Manage working hours and fatigue. 8. Ensure health and safety arrangements suit the nature of the work. 9. Cooperate on multi-employer work sites. 10. Stay updated with health and safety knowledge. Let's explain each responsibility. 1. Provide and maintain a safe workplace, plant, and equipment. Ensure that the workplace, tools, machinery, and equipment are safe and pose no risks to health. Maintain safe access and egress, lighting, ventilation, hygiene, and temperature conditions. Regularly inspect and service machinery and infrastructure. 2. Develop and implement a health and safety policy. Create a written health and safety policy that reflects the size and nature of the organization. Set clear responsibilities for managers and supervisors. Monitor and review the policy regularly. 3. Conduct risk assessments and implement safe systems of work. Assess hazards and risks in all work activities. Apply the hierarchy of control to eliminate or minimize risks. Introduce safe procedures and ensure they are followed. 4. Provide training, information, instruction, and supervision. Train workers on hazards and safety procedures relevant to their roles. Keep them informed about risks and control measures. Ensure that competent supervision is available at all times. 5. Appoint competent persons and consult with employees. Designate qualified health and safety advisors to manage and guide safety compliance. Consult employees or their representatives on risks and preventive measures. Encourage participation in health and safety decision-making. 6. Provide appropriate personal protective equipment, PPE. Supply PPE that is suitable for the risks involved, free of charge. Train workers on its correct use and maintenance. 7. Manage working hours and fatigue. Ensure that shift patterns and workloads do not compromise health or safety. Take steps to avoid excessive physical or mental fatigue. Comply with regulations on rest periods and working time limits. 8. Ensure health and safety arrangements suit the nature of the work. Tailor safety systems and procedures based on company size and risk level. Prepare for emergencies, e.g., fire plans, first aid, evacuation. 9. Cooperate on multi-employer work sites. Collaborate and share information with other employers or contractors. Coordinate safety efforts and avoid overlapping risks. 10. Stay updated with health and safety knowledge. Keep up with changes in legislation, best practices, and technologies. Regularly refresh training and revise procedures as needed.